So I thought I would explain how I make Gomme syrup. And what is Gomme, I hear you asking? Well, it's simple syrup that has acacia root powder added to it. This acacia root powder used to be called Gomme or Gomme Arabic for reasons that are unclear to me, but they stopped calling it that, which I think is good, and now it's just has the more accurate name, the more reasonable name, acacia root powder, and that is what makes Gomme nice and thick. Now, I use Gomme for all my simple syrup needs because I found that it doesn't crystallize in the fridge like using regular simple syrup would do, and it also doesn't go bad very quickly, which I also appreciate. Very important for the home bar, not to have all your syrups going bad in the fridge. The other nice thing about it is the thickness, which lends a nice mouthfeel to all of your drinks. Now, I started out using Morgenthaler's recipe, found in this book here, but I found that 2-to-1 simple syrup was too thick and I couldn't get the syrup incorporated into the drinks, so I decided to start doing 1.5-to-1 simple syrup, and that works really well for me. So this is a 2-day process where the first thing you have to do is hydrate the acacia root. I use this stuff here that my wife used to use as a fiber supplement. This powder should be widely available. Now, I use 55 grams of powder to 55 grams of water. It's about 2 ounces of each. I let that sit overnight, and once it's hydrated, I make the syrup. Now, I just do this step because otherwise it doesn't incorporate well all at once. It takes time to hydrate. And the next morning you'll have this sort of goopy, bubbly stuff, and that is what you're looking for. We're going to add this to the simple syrup. Now, for the syrup, I use 4 ounces of water, which is 110 grams, and 9 ounces of turbinado, which is, I don't know, you can do the math on that. I like to use turbinado sugar because I like the flavor, but you don't have to use that. You can use whatever syrup you've got around, and I've even run out of turbinado and just supplemented with white sugar, and that also works fine. So in the end, you have 9 ounces of sugar and 6 ounces of water if you include the water we started with to hydrate, and that makes a 1.5-to-1 ratio. Now, you just heat this enough to dissolve the sugar and incorporate the Gomme. You don't need to boil it or anything. And once it's all incorporated, just let it cool down. This Gomme will form a film over the top while it's cooling, and I recommend that you stir this back in periodically while it's cooling, and that will avoid getting little lumps of hard acacia root goop in your bottle, and because you don't want that. It'll avoid lumps, let's just put it that way. And yeah, that's it. You've got Gomme, and you can go make a drink. You are Gomme with the wind. By the way, I don't know where I got it, but I have this silicone stopper for this bottle that is great because even if sugar gets crusted into the threads of the bottle, you can still get the cap out. So, love it. Thanks for watching. Here's some other stuff you can watch. And like and subscribe. Hooray! Hooray! Here's a northern flicker eating bugs out of the sidewalk.